The date that this video is posted proves that these predictions are being made ahead of time, as do these time-stamped emails and forensic notes PDF documents. If you are skeptical for some reason, please email me and I will forward these to you. January 13th will be exactly 22 times 3 months after the Manhattan blackout in New York City, on the same day of Hurricane Barry, which was known for the power outages that it caused. And incidentally, the 18th state, 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is the number of the Antichrist in Bible prophecy. 223, which is what is hinted at with 22 times 3 months, is the 48th prime number. And Barry Obama, because Barry Obama changed his name to Barack as an adult. And who does that? Who takes their good American name and changes it to a foreign name, like Barack? Only someone who doesn't like America, which is clear that Obama does not. A leftist. 5 days before the election, his first election, he said in a rally, "We are 5 days away from radically transforming America." Well, someone who loves America does not yearn to radically transform America. That's like saying about your spouse, you wish to radically transform them, not improve them, but radically transform them. That would mean that you do not love your spouse. That's the case with the left. The left hates America. They despise it, and they despise its values. Why? Because it's spiritual. The values of America are founded in the God of the Bible. And the enemy of God, naturally, hates God. Okay, so back to what I was saying though. Hurricane Barry hit the 6 plus 6 plus 6 state, and it was known for its power outages, and it occurred on the same day as the Manhattan blackout. Because Barry Obama will become the president again as a result of the predicted suitcase nuke explosion, which, like I'm saying, will be exactly 22 times 3 months after the Manhattan blackout and the Hurricane Barry power outage. The Manhattan blackout in July of 2019, specifically July 13th, incidentally, was the first clue in God's signs in which I recognized that God was indicating that there would be a nuclear explosion in Manhattan. After a certain while, I began to believe it would be a dirty bomb, but I have since changed my mind again, and I believe it'll be a suitcase nuke. In any case, this is how the coup d'etat will unfold, and Barack Obama will become the 48th president after Michelle Obama becomes the 47th president. That's another subject. But anyway, the 22 times 3 months hints at the 48th president because of it being 223 being the 48th prime number. Okay, now to confirm his signs and connections, God pairs 9 and 23 together as the basketball president who wore number 23 was inaugurated in 2009. Also, the mark of the Antichrist changes a person's 23 chromosomes, and the inverse of the mark is described in Ezekiel chapter 9. The Manhattan blackout was in turn exactly 923 months after the official start date of the Manhattan Project on August 13th, 1942. That is amazing. That connection was that was really the first confirmation. And that was recognized in July of 2019, that the Manhattan blackout was exactly 923 months after the Manhattan Project officially started. And that was recognized because it was recognized by July of 2019 that God was using these pairings of 9 and 23 to develop his big picture of signs, patterns, and connections, which is only being explained on this channel. And it works on the principle of second and third and multiple witnesses confirming matters. The Bible says is required. This is what makes what is being explained on this channel true and not a product of one's imagination and different and unique than everything else on the internet that claims to be an analysis of God's prophetic signs. But if we think about it, one simple way in which God would provide a second witness for us is through pairing certain numbers together, such as 9 and 23. And I know this because I've been studying his big picture of signs from morning until night for more than full-time hours for 7 years. Okay, so that's why this is amazing. We have the 9/23 months connection connecting to the Manhattan blackout from the Manhattan Project. And then from that, we have this 48th prime number connection to the date of the predicted suitcase nuke in Manhattan. It's so simple and straightforward. And again, the suitcase nuke is for the purpose of making Obama the 48th president. That's why the 48th prime number. And that's why Hurricane Barry is in the middle of these connections, because of Barry Obama. Do you see what I'm saying? Also, by the way, on July 13th, 2019, there was a prophetic explosion. The boat on Table Rock Lake. But to explain why that's relevant would take a while. So it's explained in other videos. It goes back to the duck boat tragedy and all of that, which is explained in other videos, trust me. And the wise person, when the prediction comes to pass, will recognize that they need to watch every minute of every video on this channel. But keep in mind, when you learn about the duck boat tragedy, that there was a confirmation of that a year later with the explosion on Table Rock Lake on the same day as the Manhattan blackout, and on and on. Okay, so that you see what I'm saying? Because the Manhattan Project obviously is symbolism for nuclear bombs, and that's what we were talking about. We're talking about a suitcase nuke exploding exactly 923 months plus 22 times 3 months after the official start date of the Manhattan Project. It's amazing beyond words.